It's Carl Sankara here from the Afro perspective. Today, I'm going to try to give just some opinion, particularly as it has to do with my nation, Nigeria, our neighbor, Niger, the coup in Niger, the implication for the region, and the approach that is uh, being adopted or explored by the ECOWAS and Nigeria. I think that coups are bad in general because they truncate democracy. They kind of try to take us back to where we were and try to kind of damage all the works that have been done to sustain and build democracy and institutional capacity. But most Africans, particularly young Africans today, we are seeing that coups are becoming viable in Africa because young people are particularly tired, those in their early 20s and late 20s into their early 30s, are particularly tired because we witness a series of military rules and we are promised that with the democratic process, the country will progress, citizens will have their rights. But we have seen that lately, particularly if you take Nigeria as an example, for the last 20 years or so, we have not really done so much. Rather, the democracy as we have today in Nigeria favors a very few, very minute elites, who do all they can to keep themselves in power. And this has to do, if you reflect on our last election, you see how many human rights violations were recorded, you see how many abuses were recorded, you see how INEC did not meet up with their responsibility as an institution. And these things get people pissed off. So, and young people are not particularly intending to keep quiet. They're asking questions. They have information on their fingertips. They see how things are working in other places, and then they ask, why is it not working like this for us? And then, of course, when you have a coup, then there will be popular support. Most of them, of course, driven by emotion. But be that as it may, the issue of Niger, I think, in my view, the Nigerian people should be allowed to make their decision. We should do all we can to discourage the coup plotters, the coupists, to leave power. But saying that you want to lead a military intervention in Niger, I think is a reckless decision because we share a very long border with Niger, over 100 kilometers. It means that there will be a lot of refugees who have to get into Nigeria. And that, of course, is only if the war is fought in Niger. What if the Nigerian military crosses over to Nigerian border and, of course, begin to do the same we intend to do in their nation? That means there will be casualties on both sides. I think ECOWAS were hasty. They should explore the possibility of dialogue. They should sanction. They should use all pressure systems available to make those who seize power in Niger to leave power. But saying that, okay, the only solution is a military intervention because President Tinubu wants to talk big and match his words with action, I think this is reckless. This should not be something we should do with emotion. We should explore all meaningful alternatives, make sure that our decisions are in consonant with our national security interests, our economic interests, and the viability of the Nigerian state. The Nigerian state has a lot of problems. We are fighting Boko Haram insurgents for more than 12 years. We are fighting banditry. There is an emerging security threat in the east. There is an emerging security threat in the west, of course, southwest. And the Niger Delta crisis, oil theft and piracy. So we have a lot of problems and we don't have money to fund any war. Our education system is decaying, progressively is decaying, and our health facilities are still poor. Our people are crossing the Sahara Desert to seek greener pastures abroad. If you have money, you have to solve this problem domestically. Nigeria does not and should not be at the sitting table where wars and invasion of Niger is an option. It is stupid in my view, and I want to urge the current leadership of Nigeria, led by Tinubu, to think well and consult widely. Don't allow any foreign power pressure you into taking a stand. If they really, really do have an interest in Niger, they should defend it. They say they have the means and the power to defend their interest. They should do that. But going to a sovereign nation, to invade a sovereign nation because you think that they've violated some charters of the ECOWAS or the UN Charter or what have you, it's not in our best interest. Any war on Niger will be illegal. You meet a hostile citizens and population, and at the end of the day, we stand to lose so much. So and with Burkina Faso and Mali saying they want to come in, then we must rethink. Do we want to set the region on fire? Can we really contain this? The West already have a lot on their hands. There are more honorable ways. I think there are more better ways to do this other than sending in tanks and military gears and all of that to do what? We must rethink. So yes, this is my view from the Afro perspective. If you have opinion about this, share your opinions, comment, share this video, and let it get to those who can hear and listen. Nigeria does not really need a war now. We cannot afford it. It kills people. It damages environment. It provides incentive for bad actors to take advantage of vulnerable people. And we see this. At the end of the day, the victims will be women, children, and there will be many more deaths. We don't need this. Thank you, and God bless you.